Teacher in a Nutshell with me, Ina. Okay, solo po muna tayo ngayon, pero ang pag-uusapan natin for this episode. Okay, moving to Canada as a temporary resident in the hope of becoming a permanent resident. Okay pa ba gawin yan sa mga panahon ngayon? I'm specifically referring to the International Student Pathway, pati na rin po yung Temporary Foreign Workers Program. Sa pabago-bagong rules dito sa Canada, sa paghihigpit sa mga programang ito, okay pa rin ba na makipagsapalaran sa Canada para makuha itong much coveted PR o permanent residency? Okay, yan ang susubukan nating sagutin sa episode na ito. With the help of some news reports I browsed through these past few days. Okay, unahin po natin yung student pathway. For those who need a little briefer or explainer kung ano po o paano naghihigpit yung gobyerno ng Canada sa mga international students, pwede nyo pong panoorin itong isa kong naunang episode. I'll put a link in the description box. Okay, marami kaming na-discuss na proposed changes sa episode na yan. Again, referring to the student pathway. Pero ang gist, gusto nang bawasan ang bilang ng mga estudyanteng tinatanggap ng iba't ibang probinsya dito at pinag-aaralan na rin ngayon ang pagbibigay na lang halimbawa ng post-graduation work permit sa mga piling estudyante na lang depende sa kurso. Okay, again proposal pa lang po yan, wala pong finality pa dyan. Pero nagkaroon na rin po ng iba't iba pang changes sa rules in the past few months. At alam nyo, meron na namang bago, grabe sunod-sunod Tignan nyo tong article na ito, Canada to stop processing study permits for colleges and universities that fail to track international students. Isa sa main goals ng proposal na yan ay para matukoy ng national government kung talaga bang pumapasok yung mga international students sa mga klase nila at kung compliant ba yung mga ito sa kondisyon ng mga study permit nila. Meron po kasi talagang mga immigrant na pumapasok dito through the student pathway. Pero hindi naman po nag-aaral. Grabe, di ba? That is one of the abuses seen in this pathway in recent years. At kung makikita na may kapabayaan yung mga colleges tungkol sa bagay na yan, or worse, makita na hinahayaan lang nila yung mga estudyante nila na maging ganyan, hindi na raw po sila papayagan tumanggap ng mga international student basically. Paniwala rin po kasi nga ng ilan because the international students are such a lucrative source of revenue for colleges. Meron na rin daw talaga na pera na lang ang tingin sa international students, referring to some, educational institutions or schools. Again, proposal pa lang po yan Okay, anyway, the more interesting and insightful report that I read is this one from the Vancouver Sun. And it reads, yung headline po niya, I think this is quoting a Vancouver-based immigration lawyer named Richard Kurland. Okay, ang sabi po niya, ito, yung nasa headline, Canada should warn guest workers and student applicants that they're taking a big gamble. Okay, isang malaking sugal daw itong Canada. Yun ang dapat iparating sa mga gustong lumipat dito. Now, why do I find this more interesting? Kasi I think this is the bigger issue really that potential students or temporary foreign workers should think about right now. Kasi sa totoo lang, again, based on the developments on these pathways, based on the reports that we've been monitoring, it's true. Moving to Canada right now is a big gamble, diba? Especially now, again. Sabi nga ng mga dating students na PR na ngayon, ibang-iba raw yung sitwasyon ng Canada just a few years back. And I'm talking about just maybe 4 or 5 years ago, Moving to Canada at this time, again, in the hope of becoming PR, is now a bigger risk. Malaking gamble ang pagpasok, halimbawa, through the international student pathway kung ang end goal mo ay maging permanent resident. At ito ang paliwanag ni Kirkland tungkol dyan. Sabi niya, they now face a loss of their significant investment in time and money para sa mga nag-iisip pumunta dito. Tama, totoo. Dagdag pa niya, the problem is that majority of the people are unaware, hindi alam that every newcomer takes the risk that Canada's immigration regulations may be changed at any time. Totoo, di ba? That's exactly what we are seeing now. And this is what makes moving here right now an even bigger risk. Kasi una sa lahat, dapat din, kasi noon pa, ine-emphasize that, halimbawa, the student pathway, pati ang temporary foreign workers program naman talaga, they do not guarantee permanent residency. If you research and plan your stay well, tataas ang chances mo to be PR. Pero still, hindi talaga to 100% sure. Never 100% sure. Okay? Eh lalo na ngayon, ang dami ng naging pagbabago in the past 2 years or past year, I think. Lalo na ngayon, mas mahirap dahil nga ang dami ng naging pagbabago over the past year. The more recent changes, for example, it's making students think about changing their courses midway through their programs dahil baka mahirapan sila ma-qualify for permanent residency sa mga nakuha nilang kurso. So ano ibig sabihin yan? Dagdag gastos. Masasayang na yung oras, 'di ba? Posibleng masayang yung oras, 'di ba? So yeah, tama si Kirkland, 'di ba? Sa mga naka-work permit naman, pahirapan na rin ngayon yung pagiging PR dahil binabawasan na rin po ngayon yung bilang ng mga TFW na tinatanggap ng iba't ibang probinsya. Depende po yan sa needs nila. Matindi, ibig sabihin matindi na ang kompetisyon dahil mas konti na yung PR slots sa iba't ibang mga probinsya, di ba? Ngayon, ano nangyayari? Yung ibang mga hirap ma-PR o nauubusan na rin ng oras para maging PR, mag-expire ng mga permit, nagre-relocate sa ibang mga probinsya, nakikipagsapalaran doon kasi sinasabi na mas madali daw ma-PR sa mga province yan. Ang problema, siguro no? There might be some truth to it depending on what job you're going to get. Pero siguro sa dami na rin ang nag-iisip nito gumawa niyan, lumipat ng ibang probinsya, hindi malayo na eventually magiging competitive na rin yung pathway to PR sa mga probinsyang yun, di ba? In short, totoong gamble na talaga ang pagpunta sa Canada ngayon. It's a big gamble with a high risk. Again, because of the general idea that Canada is now limiting the number of immigrants that they want to come in. Bakit? Dahil sa mga problemang dinudulot o nadulot na nung pagdagsa ng mga immigrants over the past few years. And don't get me wrong, I would love to see more of our kababayans take advantage of what Canada has to offer them. And I feel sad seeing many struggling to secure their permanent residency. And I feel lucky na hindi ko po siya pinagdadaanan. But at the end of the day, being here, we have to face the current realities of how the surge in immigration has negatively affected the housing sector, healthcare, yung kalidad ng mga trabaho dito, etc. And for me, parang the way I see it, we can't blame Canada for responding to the complaints that arise from its citizens and pati temporary residents. Nagko-complain din naman eh. Again, hindi lang mga locals ang umaaray sa sitwasyon ngayon dito sa Canada. Halimbawa, read this report about how international students are stuck in unsuitable housing in different areas like in Surrey, BC. And sabi rin po sa report na yan, sa Brampton, Ontario. Sino ba naman ang magiging masaya sa ganyang sitwasyon, di ba? Na tinitiis ng mga estudyante, according to that report, na parang sila mga sardinas nagsisiksikan sa mga tinutuluyan nila. Tinitiis nila yan para sa end goal nila na maging PR. Diba? Na again, wala naman pong kasiguraduhan. Marami na rin pong mga naka-post-graduation work permit na hindi pa rin ma-PR. At ayun, nagrarally sa iba't ibang lugar dito, iba't ibang probinsya, demanding that they be granted permanent residency. Nakakalungkot din ang sigaw ng iba doon sa mga rally na yan, they were made to believe daw kasi na magiging PR sila dito ng madali. So long as they comply with whatever rules, were made before. Ang tingin ko dyan, siguro nadala rin po yung ilan kasi sa sales talk ng ilang mga consultant or agencies na nagpapadala dito tungkol sa pagiging PR dito. Kesa sinasabi sa kanila noon na madali lang. But obviously, mali yun. Hindi po dapat sinasabi yun at lalong hindi dapat pinapangako yun. Diba? Ngayon, who knew this was gonna happen? Who knew that the surge in immigrants or that mass immigration will lead to all these problems dito sa Canada. So those are just my thoughts. I'd like to hear from you as well, kung May point ba ako? May sense ba ako? I just wanted to, have an episode on this. Marami nagtatanong, minsan mga nagpi-PM, so ano ba, okay pa ba lumipas sa Canada? Should I proceed with my plans? Yung mga incoming pa lang. I'm not an immigration consultant. You should refer or ask an immigration consultant. Sila po mga expert dyan. Kung hindi man, siguro education consultant if you're coming in as a student. But based on the stories I've heard sa mga tao pong nakakausap ko at mga nababasa ko, this is just my personal advice. Kung gusto niyo po dito pumunta as international student, I think do it if only when you have enough funds. And I'm talking about sapat ang budget niyo pang tuition. Hindi hindi niyo po hahabulin yung pang tuition niyo dito. And also, as long as you take a course that will lead you to a career that's considered high skilled. Okay? Kasi at least that will help you increase your chances of getting permanent residency. I-research na lang po kung ano yun because iba-iba po ang mga in-demand high-skilled jobs in different provinces. For temporary foreign workers, if you're coming in on work permits, hahanap kayo ng trabaho, I think it's best to do that for now, if you're coming in, again, also ang trabaho po ninyo ay high-skilled rin considered. So that's just it. Let me know what you think. I'll end this episode here. Okay? I'll see you guys in the next one.